Yo, yo, yo. What up, what up, what up? My betting family. We back with another video here at No Limit Bets. And in today's video, I'm going to be bringing out my top 4 picks for tonight's NBA playoff games. Before we get started though, as always, if you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. It's truly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and we're less than 900 subscribers away from hitting that mark. So I definitely appreciate all the love and support that you guys have shown thus far. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. Before I get to my top 4 picks though, I did just want to do a quick recap of the slips that we submitted yesterday. As you guys could see with this first slip here, we were able to win some of our money back as we were able to go 4-2. Jason Tatum was able to green for us, as well as Devin Booker. He just barely made it over his Tackle Tuesday discount. Embiid had a great game. He was able to green for us, and Bruce Brown as well had a good game as he scores 25 points. Now, the two that weren't able to hit, we had Robert Williams over 10.5 PRAs. He wasn't able to get it done. And then we had a combo pick as we took Jokic and Ayton to get over 22.5 rebounds combined, and they fall short right on the hook with 27. So 4-2 is not bad. We were able to win some of our money back at least. Now, the moving forward, we have 2 more slips, and to be honest, both of them were a wash. As you guys could see with this next slip, we were only able to go 3-3 as Jalen Brown was able to hit his Taco Tuesday discount as well. Tobias Harris had a good game, and then with 24 points and rebounds, he was able to get it done. And we took Embiid again, but this time on the defensive end, and he was able to get 4 blocks and steal for us. Now, the ones that weren't able to green, KD, he has gets us over in assists. Jamal Murray wasn't able to get it done in points and assists. He only finishes with 25. And then KCP only ends up with 7 points. So this was a wash of a slip. And then moving on to the picks that we posted on yesterday's video, which was also a wash. We were only able to go 2-2. Jalen Brown finishes right on the hook on his original points line of 24.5. Then James Harden wasn't able to get it done, just falls short, ending with 27 points and assists. Now, we were able to call the under on Jokic, 30.5 points. He finishes with 29. But we did benefit from this game being a blowout. As he sat, he didn't get his full minutes in that fourth quarter. He did play in the beginning of the fourth quarter. They just sat him down early as it was a blowout. And then another pick that a lot of people didn't like, DeAndre Ayton over 20.5 points and rebounds, but he was able to get it done, ending with 23. So all in all, it was a wash day yesterday, so we certainly look to bounce back here tonight. So let's go ahead and hop into my top 4 picks. Now, we're going to be starting it off with the first game of the night, the Heat going up against the Knicks in Game 5 of that series, as the Heat look to close out that series. They're up 3-1. But we're going to be starting off on the rebounds and assists category. And I'm going to be taking Jalen Brunson over 10.5 rebounds and assists for my first pick. Now, in this series, in the first 4 games of this series so far, he has gone over in 3 out of the 4 games so far, averaging 12 rebounds and assists in those 4 games. Also, overall in the playoffs this year, he's averaging above this line at 11.4. So I like this pick here tonight. I mean, as we know, Jalen Brunson has definitely been able to step up for the Knicks here in these playoffs. He's been showing why, the Knicks signed him to that big money deal over the offseason. And other than scoring, he has been able to produce in other ways, as well as being able to facilitate and being able to grab rebounds, as to why I like his rebounds and assists prop here tonight. His points line is at 25.5. To me, it's a little bit boosted. They've been keeping him around the 23.5, 24.5 range. Don't feel too comfortable with at 25.5. As we know, the Heat have a great defense, and they're more than capable of not shutting Jalen Brunson down offensively, but definitely slowing him down where he could finish around the 20, 21, 22, 23 point range. I know these lines are very, very sharp, so I feel more comfortable definitely going with his rebounds and assists. He's been able to get it done throughout the playoffs. So I'm going to be rocking with Jalen Brunson over 10.5 rebounds and assists for my first pick. Now, for my second pick, I'm going to be going to the Heat side of things. We're going to be going to playoff Jimmy, as I feel like he's going to be motivated here tonight to close out the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. And I think he's going to come in full attack mode and be aggressive throughout the night. And I'm going to be taking his over 27.5 points. Now, he's only played 3 games in this series. As we know, game 2, he did miss with that ankle injury. And as far as in this line, he did just miss on the hook their last game in game 4. He did go over in game 3, just barely over with 28. But remember, with that game, he did sat most of the fourth quarter, as I believe he only played about 3 minutes in that fourth quarter. And then in game 1, he did just go under, finishing with 25. But like I did mention or say earlier on this pick, I do believe Jimmy is going to come in motivated to be able to close out the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Also, obviously, the game is on the road. And on the road this in these playoffs so far, Jimmy has been able or has been carrying the load for the Miami Heat, as he's averaging 31.7 points per game on the road in these playoffs so far. So I definitely expect Jimmy Butler, or playoff Jimmy, should I say, to be in full effect here tonight. So I'm going to be taking him over 27.5 points. Now, for my third and fourth pick, we're going to go to the night game. We have the Lakers going up against the Warriors, also in game 5 of that series. As the Lakers look to close it out, they're up 3-1. And I'm going to be starting off in a points category, and I'm going to be taking Klay Thompson over 22.5 points. Now, he has gone over in 2 out of the 4 games. As you guys could see, the 2 that he did go over were game 1 and game 2, where he went over with 25 and 30 points. The last 2 games, which has been at LA, he didn't do as good. Obviously, as you guys could see, he only scored 15 points in game 3. And in the last game, game 4, he was pretty much a no-show, as he only scores 9 points. So definitely expect a bounce back performance here from Klay in game 5. They're definitely going to need it, as the Warriors, as we know, they don't want to get eliminated here in game 5. They want to keep their season alive, and they're going to need guys like Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, and pretty much their top dogs to step up here tonight. And I expect that to be the case. Obviously, as we know, Klay is more than capable of just heating up and, taking over a game, as he has been throughout his career. I know he's not what he once used to be, but he still has that capability. And I think he steps up here tonight, especially after those 2 horrible games in LA. He's back home where he should feel more comfortable. And I think he's going to see that ball go in the basket a couple of times, and he's just going to get it rolling. I do like the Warriors here tonight. So I'm going to be rocking with Klay Thompson over 22.5 points for my third pick. And for my fourth and last pick, we're going to be running it back from a pick from game 4. I know it didn't hit, but I expected to hit here tonight. And I'm going to be taking the under on LeBron James, 31.5 points and assists. Now, he has gone under in 3 out of the 4 games of this series. The only one he did go over was their last game in game 4. But in that game, he did play his highest minutes of the series so far. He played 43 minutes and shot the most of this series so far in that game, with shooting the ball 25 times. I definitely don't expect that to be the case here tonight. I think if the game starts getting away from the Lakers, obviously I think they're gonna look to start resting their starters and obviously look forward to Game 6. But also throughout these playoffs, the Game 4 was the only game he did go over just barely. They did have him at 32.5, and he just barely went over with 33. As to why I feel comfortable, he has like I mentioned in the previous video, he has not been asked to handle the ball as much because they have now a lot of players that are capable of doing that. They have D'Lo. Sometimes Austin Reeves brings up the ball. Obviously, they have Dennis Schroeder coming off the bench, so they have a lot of players that could bring up the ball. As to him being not on the ball as much, and as far as in assists, he's been struggling facilitating so far in these playoffs. So and then one last note, he has gone under in all of, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'll mention it again. He has gone under in all of the playoff games this year, except that Game 5 where he played a lot of minutes, 43 minutes. I don't expect that to be the case. And he shot the ball a lot with 25 times. So I'm going to be taking the under on LeBron's 31.5 points and assists for my fourth and last pick. So that's going to be it for my top four. Just to recap, we're going to be taking the over on Jalen Brunson's rebounds and assists, the over on Jimmy Butler's points line, the over on Klay Thompson points line, and then the under on LeBron James points and assists. As always, if you agree or disagree with any of my plays, please do your own research. Just don't take my word for it. Also, here at No Limit Bets, we like to go with the low risk, high reward. So I'm going to be placing a $7 entry for the possibility of winning $70. So let's go ahead and place that entry. And that's going to be it for today's video, y'all. Be on the lookout for another slip that I will be submitting throughout the day. It's going to be up in my Twitter account. The link to my Twitter is down in the description. But other than that, you guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy the games tonight. And we'll be back here tomorrow. Let's get this money.